Mr. Mallick, thank you so much for joining us on CGTN. As we know, this is Chancellor Merz's first visit to Beijing since taking office. Could you share with us your expectations for this trip?
Well, I'm quite thrilled to find out what the results of the trip will be. I think it will be very important for the German Chancellor to meet his hosts in Beijing and also some hosts in Hangzhou to build up a level of personal trust. I think to get to know each other, the way of thinking, how to develop policies would be of utmost importance to have a trust that will be so relevant for future talks in politics.
Well, Mr. Mallick, as the head of the Goethe-Institut China, you've spent years fostering cultural exchange between our two nations. How effective do you think they are in strengthening bilateral ties, especially during times of political and economic tension?
Yeah, you're very right in stressing this global situation where many things are fragile, can be changed in the field of politics or business concerning tariffs and any other things. So, particularly then, I think it's so important to have very solid cultural ties, that civil societies are in touch with each other. So, just to give you one example, one thing which I think is very relevant is to invite people to get to know each other. We, for example, have artist residency programs where we invite artists from Germany to come to China for 2 or 3 months, as well as Chinese artists to go to Germany. They will have a chance to get to know each other personally, to get to know about everyday life, about realities on the ground, and to build a long-term basis for trust and also understanding what China is like and what Germany is like, I think is so relevant to make those difficult times work for each other and to have bridges that also work for the future.
Well, as you just mentioned, people to people exchanges are really important. And in today's complex landscape, we know people consume a lot of global media, but they may not truly understand each other's societies. So, in your experience, what are some common misconceptions? And more importantly, how do you think we can bridge that gap and foster greater mutual understanding?
Yeah, indeed. I mean, that is a very important question for everyone who would like to foster cultural exchange. I think the most relevant problem is that there's a very static image in both directions. So people think that they have an image of what China is in Germany and what Germany is in China. So once again, people really have to travel and to find out, to understand that. And I've seen everyone, for example, who has come from Germany to China to go back with a more differentiated view, to have a lot of everyday experiences and understandings. So, what I would propose is to have some trip. For example, if you come to China, to take a train trip from Beijing to Shanghai during 4.5 hours. You have so many impressions in the train and the stations of how people act. And the same thing could be for a Chinese coming to Berlin or to Munich to go to a park and to a beer garden and to see the cultural and social diversity. I think those things tell you a lot more about the complexities and to find out that there's so many things in common. If you think about aging society, about climate change, about maybe some worries that young people have about the future, considering all those complexities in the world. So I think there's just no alternative to travel, to get to know each other, and then to have a deeper understanding about the very complex realities in the other countries.